I fully anticipate like one person being here, and then no doubt at some point Rosie's going to show up and be like, "I didn't know you were live." And I'm like, "Neither did I."
I'll tell you what, I'll watch it on my phone, and then you'll have one. And I'll just occasionally pipe up every now and then. I love every time we call it sneaky sprints.
It's because it's the only like pre-made thumbnail. So I'm like, I've got 2 pre-made thumbnails. I've got the Tuesday night thing one. I was like, well, it's not Tuesday. So I was like, that'll do. Like, let's just do that.
My brain just went, oh yeah.
It's not Tuesday.
I spent way too long making that thumbnail last night.
Oh, it's so good. I was so disappointed that I came back and was like, oh, everyone's in blankets and I'm a cartoon. Although I've now decided that I'm going to do a video where I actually dress up as Velma and do a Velma recommends.
Yeah.
I've got the orange jumper, I've got a red skirt, I've got the glasses.
You got the face.
The face.
I was going to say you've got the hair, and I was like, you've got the completely opposite hair.
I did. I was like, I wonder how much I'm willing to commit to the bit. Will I cut all of my hair off to do it? No, don't panic. I won't. I do need a haircut though, because once it gets to the point where like I've run out of arm, but I've still got hair left. That's too long.
Look, we're not alone. Paige is here. Paige says morning because it is 1:30 a.m. where she is because she's in Australia. So
that makes sense because I watched one of Paige's live streams and she's like, "I'm going to bed now," and I was like, "I just got here. What's going on?"
I just got here. What's the tea?
Yeah.
Paige wants to finish an assignment, so fingers crossed. Hello, Chloe. Chloe's working. That's what I'm trying to do. That's not even gonna pretend otherwise. Oh, I have
God loves to try her.
But yeah, what are we all working? Well, I think Hannah and I are the only ones like actually working. Molly's just vibing. Are you doing work?
I will be after, like when you're working.
Okay.
When you're sprinting, I'm going to listen to my audiobook and read. Because if I don't, then I will never read Strange the Dreamer.
As booktubers, we can count reading as work. So we're all, I don't know if Ali's just going to sit and be dead.
Probably.
I should probably attempt to edit a video.
Oh, there we go. We're all working.
See, I can't edit while I'm on StreamYard. For no other reason than it just messes with my entire life.
Oh.
It's not because like my brain just can't handle both. It's like my laptop just decides to go, nah.
Yeah.
My computer can't cope with both, so I was really glad that Emma was hosting it, and I was like, I could just have this one thing open.
Hello.
We bought a really fancy computer recently, so I'm like, I can do things. Hi. It was really sad because I was really impressed. Like, we got the computer and I was like, oh my God, it loads things. And my husband's like,
everyone say happy birthday to Rosie for tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
She's so pretty.
What a baby.
So you're saying your computer loads things, Ali? Is that all it does? It just loads things?
No, it does a lot. I mean, it was like, we got it for way cheaper, but originally it was like an $1,800 computer. We bring it home. I'm like, oh my God, you can click on things and it opens. And my husband's like, your computer didn't? I'm like, not always.
I got frightened by my own hand there. If you saw that, I moved and I was like, what's moving in my screen? I'm like, you, Emma.
You.
Happy birthday to Rosie.
It's not till tomorrow, but
Rosie is a queen. We celebrate all day.
That is true.
All day, every day.
All day, every day.
I've just been going through all day since I had no idea. My dad told me. Because Rosie's sister is my dad's cat. So they're born on the same day. So my dad was like, Tracy seems to think it's the girl's birthdays today. And then I asked my nan, oh, that does count, Paige. It's her birthday where you are.
Oh, there we go.
Does count. But my nan was like, no, it's the 26th. And I was like, okay. So I've just been going to the cat like, is it your birthday tomorrow?
Oh,
That's so cute.
okay, I don't know any of the four. Goose, be careful. I don't know the first 4 girls' birthdays, but the 2 new ones are Christmas Eve. So that's easy to remember.
Easy.
I can barely
Christmas Eve.
I can barely remember my own birthday, so I don't know.
I do that. Like, if I go to
When
write
is your
it down,
birthday, Ali?
June 16th. But I don't pay attention to the day, so usually my birthday comes around. The only reason I remember is someone reminds me.
I think I've made a note. I've got everyone's birthdays on a spreadsheet so I can remember to send presents out.
I love that.
No one's surprised it's on a spreadsheet.
Spreadsheets are the only way.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be surprised if you said you didn't have a spreadsheet.
I'm like, it's actually just a standard list for this one.
It's actually just on a piece of paper.
I've got so many like freaking notes like behind my computer so I can remember to do stuff. Basic things like pay bills.
I can see the post-it note behind you as well.
Oh my god,
Oh,
John's
wait, you made it.
too.
Oh,
Ali,
oh,
Joe and you
really?
share the same birthday.
Oh.
It's obviously a good day to be born.
Yeah. Yeah, my cat's birthday, Theo's birthday just randomly picked because the woman was like, I can't remember. Miss Rome and the 10th, everyone being like, I like that. I'm the 11th, but I often want to put like I don't know, it's not even like my brain goes American, but like I'll be like the 11th of October, the 11th of the 10th, and I get so confused. She's pretty.
So here's a Hannah has 2 degrees, but it's really stupid moment. I, for a really long time, thought that birthdays weren't necessarily like days that you were born, but days that were assigned to you depending on your age, because my dad's birthday is first, then it's my mum's birthday, then it's my birthday, then it's my middle brother's birthday, and then it's my baby brother's birthday. So I just assumed that's how all birthdays work, is the oldest has a birthday first, and then you just have a birthday. And I was genuinely about 13 when I realised that's not the case.
What? And then you think just when that's happened 365 times, it just resets.
Yeah, but basically we just take it in turns. You pick a day, you pick a day after everyone else's. Or your parents like pick a date for you or whatever it was. Like,
Rosie,
like
we will probably be here in about an hour and a half. We will probably still be here, because shit to do.
I'll be sat right here, regardless of whether we're online or not.
Yeah, that's exactly. Like, I won't actually be like moving, but I will attempt to. I think I have like 10 hours of streaming left. Like, you're fine. We're not doing that all day today.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, Joe, I'm wondering the same. I'm just imagining like someone having a kid and going, we're going to make it the 31st of December. No more babies.
Yeah. Well, it's just the same as like I always assumed if you're a couple, the man had to be older than the woman because my granddad was older than my nan and my dad was older than my mum. That's the only way relationships work, right?
Yeah.
It's just how sheltered I was as a child.
As a
child.
A child.
See, the moment you said that, I immediately went back to that TikTok. A child.
No.
A child.
To be fair, that is the kind of noise I make when I see children. Just a child. No.
Hi.
Hi, Sonny. I love how I'm like preparing to sprint by getting snacks.
A key ingredient of sprinting, I believe.
I can't and make stickers at the same time though. It's a flaw in the process, but I'm hungry, so. Opposite way around. My birthday's June, older brother's July, dad's October, mum's December. Oh. So Joe is in an alternate universe. Sonny, well, Molly's reading. That's about it.
Oh,
we are
what?
doing.
That's just like, yeah.
That was brilliant. That was just so like, oh. No. Yeah, Molly was like, yeah, we're reading. That's it. Not going to tell. Yeah, Molly's reading Strange the Dreamer. I am making stickers, doing shit for art. I need to do stuff for South Red Tails. I got all that going. I think Ali's going to edit a video / die. Hannah is editing a video. I was about to say editing her book, but there's a camera emoji.
So I've got to write. I do have 4,000 words I need to write today, so I will do that at some point. But I want to edit a video first.
I need to edit a video, but I don't. I bottom of the list. That's partly why I decided to sprint. I was like, no, I'm just gonna do it by myself, get it done, no distractions. And I was like, but it's been a week since you uploaded, so you need content.
Well, I actually sat down and filmed so many today.
Proud of you.
I don't need that video up till Saturday, so that's a late me problem.
A book haul, and it's a thing.
I love that for you.
Well, I haven't filmed a book haul this year, so I was like, these might be the books I've acquired.
That's the thing, like, that's why in my book haul that I put up, I was like, I know I haven't done one since I don't even remember when. Will I be telling you what I've bought since then? No. You can have what I remember from the past few weeks.
Paige is hoping to be reading the inside of her eyelids soon.
Yeah.
Right, shopping list. Hi, Georgia. Right, I was going to wait till 1:45, but let's just go. I'm thinking... No, that's not the right thing. Banners, that's what I want. Let's do, like, slightly over 45 and see how we go. So, it says read. We're not reading, but, like, you get the gist. I'm not changing it. Okay, Molly's reading. Molly is the only one the banner applies to. Unless you're also reading. feels so quiet.
Oh, so quiet. Yeah, the song again.
So the start of that went well. We were having conversation about vegetables. Sunny needs to go shopping, and then Paige came in like finger lime, and I'm like, "The fuck's a finger lime?" Googled it. It looks weird. I'm not a fan. It's some Australian thing. Apparently tasty. So we had a big conversation about vegetables. Sunny's going to try and vlog the grocery trip. And then Reese was having a minute.
Yeah.
Like, Reese was attacking the dog. And then the dog came up on the lap, and then the cat ran, so the dog ran. It was a whole thing.
I don't like the fact that it looks like eggs, like little fish eggs.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, no, I don't want to see it again.
Don't like that. Not a fan of that.
And then I put on my Novella Illustrations Insta. I was like, I'm working and I'm live on my YouTube channel. If anyone wants some company. And then Han showed up. Han has a Doberman who I love with my entire being. And he used to love Hector. Hector loves Lonzo. Lonzo used to love Hector, but Hector is an intact male. Lonzo is not, and Lonzo gets a little bit upset about that. But it was a few months ago, Mom and I were in Pets at Home, and I saw this Doberman. I was like, is that Lonzo? Mom's like, Emma, you're that far away. You're not going to tell him. I was like, no, that's Lonzo. And I was like, and I was just kind of like petting, and I was like looking at Han because we'd only met once before, like a year before. And I was like, Lonzo. So I was very excited that Han showed up on Path's account. So Sunny is away shopping. Yeah, we'll probably still be here. That was only the first sprint. So I got all my stickers done for client. So that's great, because I was worried I was going to run out of ink, but we're fine. So now I'm just figuring out what the hell else I need to do. I got distracted because my cousin was messaging me about pet things, but like instead of messaging me privately, like personally, this was on the business page where she's like, right, so this is what you've ordered. So now I'm on another website trying to source the things that I also need. So I'm like, right, I've got to do that. So I'm now at that stage where like there's a lot, like I don't really have any pressing projects. Like everything needs done. So because I don't know what order to do them in, I'm just like,
do nothing.
Yeah.
That's a mood.
I'll probably do my cousin's stuff next, because like she messaged me, was like, can I get them for next month? And I was like, you're not, it's like, how long do you think it takes? But then she immediately came back with weeks already, and I was like, oh, so I'm gonna try and get that design done, I think, next. How much editing did you get done, Hannah?
6 minutes.
See, I complain about editing, right? But I am that person where I just do the most basic bitch editing. So it takes me like the length of the video to edit, because I just watch it and then chop and go. I'm like, nah.
I do like little zooms. I like add sound effects in. Occasionally I add a little dance interludes, you know, it could be anything. But it's because the one that I'm editing at the moment is my TBR, and basically I decided to do a Codenames TBR where I used the cards from Codenames to kind of decide what books I was going to read. So I have my intro that I've edited, that's fine, and I will have my outro that I've done, and then I'm just doing that middle bit, and a lot of it is just watching me go that one. Like, it's just like, oh, hurry up, Hannah. Like, and thing is, because I know which books I pick, I'm like, it's there. It's there. Just pick it. Just pick it. So.
Oh, I love that for you.
I did get cookies though. My mum did home baked cookies, so I've just shoved loads in my face.
Nice. Oh, baby coughs.
Yeah.
I was like, they'll work it out. It's fine.
He's right there. I got quite a bit of my book haul edited, but that is because I was taking out giant chunks of me just being like, holding a book and staring at nothing and being like, okay.
What is book?
Yeah, like
I do that so often.
What are
I
books?
just completely disassociate, which is why I kept that bit where I disassociate in my vlog, because I was like, I've tried to explain to people before what I mean when I say that I just zone out, because I think they think I just kind of like stare off and enjoy the view or whatever. And I was like, no, I literally stare into this deep void and my eyes don't move. Like I look dead. Like it's so bizarre. So I thought I'll keep it in so people understand. But now I'm watching it back, I'm like,
the worst part for me is sometimes I know I'm dissociating. Like I'm like, know that I'm doing it while I'm doing it, but I can't stop doing it. I'm just like, oh, hey, I'm dissociating. Okay.
Yeah. And like, I don't know about you, but there's rarely anything I can do about it. Like I'm just like, this is happening.
Yep. Like I'm just gonna stare at nothing for a while. It's fine.
We've all got matching glasses, just to change the subject completely. They're all the same shape.
Oh.
Love that for us.
Oh, honey. I have got you. My 3 copies of Harley in the Sky with my Harley in the Sky tattoo. Does that help? And also that I have just this morning been designing a bookmark for.
When are you gonna make one of these as a bookmark for me?
When I've read it and I
then
can
buy
get
a copy and read it.
I told you I wanted one. You said I've got 3 in.
I've only got 2 now. This is it.
Yeah, because you were like, I need to check if someone else has one. I was like, that's fine as long as one of them's for me. And you were like, yeah.
Well, because when I asked you for your list the other day and I put the invoice through, you didn't say anything.
Because I had no money. And I was like, you know
what? Okay, fine. Okay.
I still want it.
In which case, I've only got 1 left because I'm putting this one over here for Emma. Never heard of it. I'm assuming it's still Harley in the Sky. Oh, is that for you, Ali? Okay.
I've been waiting for that one.
I hope Sky means Ruin Song, because I will cry if you have came onto my channel and be like, never heard of it. Like, I have not done my job as the #1 Akemi Dawn Bowman stan, if you do not know.
I've still never read an Akemi Dawn Bowman book, so I mean.
See, I'm more likely to now that I know that I like Elle McNichols, because my fear was I didn't want there to be loads of books that Emma recommended to me that I didn't like, you know, because that could be a really surefire way to stop Emma ever speaking to me again. So
you know that I am not a contemporary fan. Like, I am not the like, oh, it's a contemporary, I need it. So like, if I'm telling you I like a contemporary.
Yeah, but you also prefer sci-fi to fantasy, whereas I prefer fantasy to sci-fi.
I thought you said you prefer firefighter fantasy, and I was like, who the fuck have you been talking to? Because it's not me.
No, I've never heard of the yellow. It was the Harley in the Sky one I've never seen.
I've clearly not been doing my job in my lives.
Is that just because you've been talking about the new one that's coming out?
Probably.
So go on then, tell us about Harley. Tell me what it's about. Sell it to me. Do the whole thing, and then I will see if I can get it in through this.
So, this is the worst thing though, like asking me to recommend a book that I love, because this is where I just go, it's good.
Okay, it's $7.99 through Waypoint. Just so you know.
That's the RRP.
I think that's cheaper than I can get it, because I was looking at it and I'm like, I don't want to pay $13 for a paperback.
Let's do the old convert to US dollars thing. Oh, also I've got my laptop here, and then I've got my desktop here. In case you're like, oh, Hannah's just prattling about. No.
Nope, Georgia is here.
That's $10.97 to you.
Georgia.
I love that though. I'm genuinely very excited for our little sex ed readathon weekender.
Sky is clearly a Hannah fan.
Love that, thank you.
I've got to say, I've definitely heard Hannah mention Ruin Song more times than I've heard you mention Harley in the Sky.
It's because I just die. I either stop functioning because I just don't know what to do because I'm just so like, Harley, or I know that I'm gonna do the autistic thing that most people like. It's been trained into me since childhood. It's like just don't because people don't care. So like,
okay, well, in this instance, I do care. I want you to tell me as enthusiastically as you can why I should add Harley in the Sky to my TBR.
So Harley in the Sky is like this really shit book. It's this book. It's this book. It's that's why you should read it because it's a book. So it follows Harley. What a fucking shock! And basically, her parents are the owners of Teatro della Notte, which is a circus in Vegas that like it's a permanent circus. It's like the biggest circus, biggest stationary circus, and they're very typical like Asian parents. They're like, you're gonna study, you're gonna work hard, you're gonna go and have a good job. And Harley's like, but I want to be an aerialist. And they're like, no, you're going to school. And she's like, no, I want to be an aerialist. And she just feels like they're not listening to her. They're not giving her like what she wants. They're not being able to compromise, even though they like are looking for someone else. And so she runs up with this rival circus. It's like a traveling circus. And it's just like her experience there, her like learning like how life is different for what she's expecting. And like, sorry, I got distracted because I looked at this guy's comment. That's why I'm closing my eyes so I don't lose my train of thought. There is a romance, but it's not like overly in your face. To me, like I kind of was like, okay, I can deal with this. And like there's like sort of not secrets, kind of secrets. There's a little bit of like Harley kind of does something that's like she shouldn't have done to get where she wants to be. It's just
okay. So intrigue.
Feelings like it's not like a mystery. It's very much just a contemporary. But like the thing for me with Akemi is like every single one of Akemi's characters feels like a bit of me. And like there's things like there's parts where like there's a scene where like Harley's discussing something and I'm just like me. I feel this in my soul. So like it gets me. That's and so like I always feel like when I recommend people these books, I'm like, I am like obviously Akemi's offering her soul because they're based on like experience she's been through, but I'm like, this character is me, so be gentle and you will understand me more.
Okay, it's on my list.
And the reason I got distracted is because it's my favorite thing.
Thought you had your head up.
No. Right, so you're not wrong. Yes. Because like that's how it used to be, but no, it's gone now. It's been gone for maybe 5 or 6 weeks. So yes. Oh, it's been out. It came out on March 10th last year. That's when I got my tattoo. So it is out. But if you're really curious, she has two books. Hi Molly.
Hello.
She has 2 books coming out this year. In April, we have The Infinity Courts, which is a sci-fi, and it's fucking brilliant. And then she has a middle grade coming out in July, which I'm nearly finished reading, and it's all good.
Hey,
so, and this is a person series.
What if I
all the Akemi. Since we're here, she also has Starfish and Summerbird Blue. This is my least favorite of all her books.
Why?
It's just too contemporary.
Okay.
Like, it deals with grief, which I'm never really that, like, me and grief is weird. Like, I just don't. So, when I've got characters like, oh my god, I miss you, and I'm just like, like, I get it, but, like, I'm just a cold-hearted bitch. So, and, like...
you just grieve in other ways, don't you, really? Like...
Yeah. Like, I am very, like, I don't even notice I'm grieving, and then I'll be like a complete arsehole to someone. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what's going on. I'm sad. But,
yeah, I go straight to anger.
Oh yeah.
Rumi is
in which case, I'm just gonna whilst you're there.
And then Starfish is beautiful. And you know what makes me really annoyed? This is the UK edition, and it's the only edition to have an actual fucking starfish on the cover. The rest of them don't. They have the jellyfish and the turtle, but no starfish. And I'm like, it's called fucking Starfish. This is, for a debut, fucking beautiful. So, yeah. All the Akemi.
So what did I miss?
Oh, just me raving about a Kerry. But also Sky. Oh, Mozart.
Oh, he's in a basket.
You know basket.
Oh,
But yeah, if you get Harley in the Sky, you will see that the name Emma is in there, and tis me. I did double check with her. I was like, I claim it's me, but it's probably not. She's like, no, it is you. I'm like, good. So yeah, you got to put my name in it.
why is no one telling me what I've missed?
Well, Emma asked how we got on. And I edited 6 minutes. And then someone asked for a book recommendation. And then Emma spent 15 minutes talking about Harley in the Sky. And then was like trying to be like, oh, don't want to overdo it. And then I was like, no, tell us about this book that you love.
Fair.
Sky, I don't know why you're not interested in the Infinity Courts, but I'm going to tell you you're wrong. It is the book that converted me to sci-fi. Like, I was so anti-sci-fi. I was like, if you put a sci-fi in front of me that isn't Doctor Who, I'm going to burn it. And it's now my favorite thing. It's so good. Just buy it because the cover's pretty. But yeah, Starfish is great. But yeah, with Summerbird Blue, the dead character is already dead. So that, I think that's what I don't like about it as well. Like, you're reading it and you're like, okay, I know you're sad, but like, I don't know this person. Like, you're just telling me they're dead and you're sad, and I'm not like feeling it. But then again, I've read books where a character dies at the end and I'm just like, why was everyone sad about that? I don't care. So I'm not the person to recommend. Trinket Cat Basket. Oh my god, yes. Oh, don't. I love those, and I always remember they're made with real fur, and then I'm like, oh. My gran got me one for Christmas one year. It was like a fox, and I was like, I love this, but it's real fur. Yep. Ali is a child.
Basket, baby. Oh, you're such a poser. Yes.
I'm getting more happy pills, so love that for me.
Love that for you. I got a.
Oh, the baby.
I got an email from my doctor being like, oh, you have a letter. And I was like, oh, good. So I logged in and it's just like, oh, your pain management clinic referral's still in waiting, but if you call us, we'll book the appointment. I'm like, I hate how they do this now. Like, instead of just giving you an appointment, they're like, oh, you phone us between 9 and 10 or like 9 and 11. Something, it's like, there's like a 2-hour period where you can phone them. And then we'll get an appointment booked. And I'm like, this is ridiculous because I'm never fucking awake at that time of day to book an appointment. You know, because I'm in pain. But I'm going to go because I'm like, there's a time where I'd be like, nah, I don't want to go. But I'm like, you know what? If I go and it's either going to help me or it's not. And if it doesn't, at least when I go back to the doctors, I can be like, didn't help.
So that's like me with therapy. Like,
I honestly, see the last couple of days, last couple of weeks, I've been lying in bed at night being like, should I go to therapy? And I was like,
right, like the doctor, because I've just basically signed up for my old doctors. So
yeah.
like I was at this doctor's, then I changed when I was in Brighton, and now because I'm coming back, I've gone back. So like I'm having to talk about my antidepressants. I'm like, yeah, I've just got 6 left, so would like some more, please, thanks. And then she was like, oh, like, do you talk to anyone about it? And I was like, well, here's the thesis. I was put on a waiting list for CBT last year, and then during the first lockdown, I got a call from said CBT asking all these questions, and then they were like, you're not depressed enough. So we're referring you back to your doctor. And then she was really nice for a doctor now. She was like, after like when you're back permanently, call us back, we'll refer you. And I was like, see, I love you. But that's kind of like me. I'm like, at least, like, I've always been so against it, but now I'm like, if I do it and it doesn't work, at least then I can be like, yeah, I've tried.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
I just can't believe they're like, no, not depressed enough. Not you're like struggling in general. No, not enough. Not enough struggle. Feel worse, then feel better.
Right?
That doesn't make any sense.
Everything about that. I'm just like, no, not even opening that can of worms. Just no.
So I was like, okay, sure. Like, how can I argue with that? Like, what am I supposed to say? Well, actually.
I think I'm plenty depressed.
The last time I tried to see a therapist, they were like telling me stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I know. I know. And they were like, oh.
I know.
They were like, you seem pretty self-aware. And I was like, yeah, no, I know what my problems are, and I know that I have them. I just can't fix them. That's why I'm here. And she was like,
your job.
And she was just like, well, a breathing exercise. She seriously like didn't know what to tell me. She was like, you could do breathing exercises. And I was like,
I feel like that's another like, okay,
I've been pregnant. I've been there, done that.
Yeah, like
I just feel like with that, they're like, oh, maybe if we tell you what the problem is, that's the first step in working out how to fix that. And it gives us time to come up with a plan. And you're like, no, I need the plan.
That's
Give me the plan.
Not the problem. I just need the plan.
yeah.
That's almost like the time I went to the incontinence clinic with my gran, right? And all they did was like tell her how to clench. They were like, right, so just imagine like a zip going from like your bum all the way up the front, and like and they turned to me, they're like, you do it too, and I was like, I feel like I clench from front to back, but okay. And it was all like, you know, plant your feet on the ground. It was literally like they were literally just like, this is how to hold in your pee. And it's like,
I'm really sorry. I love how on Hannah's live we were talking about pregnancy and, you know, sex education.
Yeah.
And now we've gone from how to clench to holding your pee.
Also, when are we forgiven, right? Sky's forgiven because Sky's like, I'll watch her review, but I've only seen a description and wasn't interested. And I'm like, gasp. And then, oh my god, it was a different book because this looks so good. And I'm like,
amazing.
Told you.
We need to set up some kind of like agony aunt type life,
right?
People come to us with their problems.
Oh my god, yeah.
So we can ignore our own. We'll deal with other people's. Because
yeah, we could set up a Twitter for it, and then people can either not anonymously, because obviously they've got a message, but like we can keep it anonymous on the live, and we can make banners for the different questions.
It'll be so easy to set up a Google form where you can put your question in,
and then we can do banners with the questions, so everyone knows what topic we're talking about.
There you go. Google got involved. Didn't ask Google to get involved. Shut up.
Chew gum.
Molly.
Oh, I got that about this. They were like, not chew gum, but they were like, have you tried popping it? And I was like, yes. The other one has popped. This one didn't.
I had a problem my ear, and they were like, don't pop it, it makes it worse. My favorite was when I had hurt my ankle. Like I thought I'd like damaged ligaments or something. There was something wrong with it. So I did the RICE treatment, the rest ice compression elevation that, you know, the NHS website is like sprains and strains, do this. Went to minor injuries. The first issue I had was the woman got mad at me. The nurse was like, why didn't you come? She's like, when did you do this? And I was like, Saturday morning. Why didn't you come sooner? And I was like, because I was in Paris.
That's a tagline for our agony aunt business.
Yeah.
We have our own problems, but let's solve yours.
Yeah. So I'd like sprained my ankle. It was really fucking sore. And this was like the Monday, went to minor injuries. And the nurse was like, why didn't you come in sooner? And I was like, because it happened on Saturday. And I was like, because it happened in front of the Louvre in Paris. And I got back this morning. So like, that is why I'm here now. And then I was making a joke to my mum because it was like 2 days before my gran was going in to have her ankle fused because she broke her ankle, didn't know for 10 years, and then it was fucked, so they had to fuse it. So I went to mum, oh, of course I would fuck my ankle when Gran's going to get her broken one fixed. And she's like, oh, you haven't broken it. And then just went, what have you been doing? She's like, oh, you shouldn't be compressing it. That won't help. And just keep walking on it. It's still fucked 3 years later. And I went to, was it physio? I was at someone about something, and they were like, yeah, you definitely damaged the ligaments in that, and they should have like x-rayed or done something. But she got all on her high horse that I was diagnosing myself because I mentioned my gran to my mum. So that was fun.
Some people are just rude. But
a weight loss journey for an ear infection. Fuck off. Not you, the ENT.
Well, at least we know for facts that any advice we give will have absolutely zero to do with your diet, because it's none of my fucking business. But I have a potential title name for our podcast, which is Not Qualified.
Oh my god, love that.
Right? Because we're not.
Yeah, we're
not at all.
It's purely based on experiences.
We have a broad spectrum. We've got the pregnancy side of things for this body. We have the chronic illness neurodivergence. We've got the mental health, and I don't even know what else Molly's been through in life, but probably some other shit
trauma.
And we've got the token cis white girl. Done.
Hannah can be the mansplainer.
I'm absolutely the mansplainer, for sure.
Oh, well, see, I fucking dislocated my kneecap in like January last year. Went to the doctor, and the guy was like, no, I went to the doctor and she referred me to an x-ray. Had the x-ray, and they were like, oh, you're fine. They did blood tests to check for arthritis and stuff. And it was still sore. So like, I was like, I don't know what to do. So I went back to the doctor, and I got this locum, big guy, like really big guy. And he was like, oh, you should just lose weight, take up running. Like, he's like, you know, I know it's not easy. Like, I you know, look who's talking. And I was just like sitting there, and I was like, I'm not even going to say anything. Went to private physio, and the woman looked at me and went, please tell me you did not start running. And I was like, do I look like I started running? She went, no. And she went, and I'm glad, because you probably would have dislocated your kneecaps and really, really damaged your joints. And I was like, and then I had to go, like, oh my God, don't. And, it must have been like April, May. It was when shops were like still kind of open, because I was in Primark, or when shops reopened, and I was in Primark. And I was buying cycle shorts because, like, comfy. And I was at the till. And, you know, they have small talk. And I was like, oh, I live in these things. They're just so comfortable to just lie about in. And she was like, oh, it's good you've taken up cycling, though. And I was like, uh-huh. I was like, I absolutely have not taken up cycling. Of all the sports, I would not wear Primark.
Of all the sports, it's one of the few where you get to sit down. So
yeah, but it's also the one where you're gonna fall over more.
It depends on what kind of bike you get. I mean, they do say that it's great because it is low impact, so it's just basically.
When it ever goes cycling, they will be getting stabilizers.
I
would fall off a fucking stationary exercise bike. Okay.
It's really easy to do.
Done that.
Oh my God, it so is. Like, I had NHS physio after my fibro diagnosis, and the guy just looked at me and he was like, I mean, we can't do anything because it's fibro, it's neurological. I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, but Rumi referred me. And then, but to be fair, even he was like, because I told him the whole story about how I should go jogging, and he was like, yeah, don't. And I was like, thank you.
Thank you.
Fell over a black eye, but it's like in primary school when you're like, have a massive gash and the teacher's like, put like a paper towel on it. You're like,
are we sprinting again? Can I just ask?
We are, yes.
I hope so, because I've got shit to do.
Because I will be eating dinner in that sprint.
When I had my appendix out, I thought I just had tummy ache. I went the other way, where I was like, no, it's fine. I'm fine. I'm not ill. Like, I was still playing rugby with appendicitis, which is why I nearly died.
The last time I gave birth, when I was in labor and delivery, the doctors kept being like, oh, this is kind of odd. And I'm like, oh yeah, my body just does that. And they're like, it's not supposed to. And I just got told, like,
yeah, my body just does that.
Yeah, there were so many things that they were like, oh, does this happen to you all the time? And I'm like, yeah. Like, when I went in, I was like, oh, my heart rate will probably get really high because it just does that. Like, it just, and they were like, what do you mean it just does that? And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, sometimes I stand up and my heart rate gets really high and then I like black out for a second. And they're like,
and you sometimes I never know what's worse, like the general doctors or like the hospital. Like sometimes I'm like, I can't tell which one of you is better or worse. Because when I was, I want to say like 15, I had like such severe stomach pain, like to the point like I couldn't get out of bed, like it was that intense. And my nan had to come up A&E with me, like it was horrible. The hospital at A&E told me to just take paracetamol. And then a few days later I had to like not go to school because of the pain. So my dad took me to the GP and they were like, oh yeah, you've actually got too much acid in your stomach. So you need to take these like tablets to like reduce the acid in your stomach. And I was like, so paracetamol was doing jack shit. Like, yeah, you just got a tummy ache, it's fine.
Well, sometimes it's appendicitis, so just be careful, guys. If there's like a stabbing pain round about here, just get it checked. Although, to be fair, when I went to the doctors the first time I went, because I got where they had to take everything out, I then got like this pool of like water that then affected my lungs, and then I got like really bad stomach cramps like a couple of years later. I had 3 separate ultrasounds because they were like, we're convinced you're pregnant, and I was like, physically impossible, not pregnant. So yeah,
right, they just said that. So I've got a problem, another problem. It's not my mental health. I'm not going to share it over the entire internet. But they were like, have you had any change in sexual partners? And I was like, I'll do you one better. I don't have one.
I remember this one nurse, this doctor even, she, you know the type where you can just tell they belong in like a nunnery. She had like the really long skirt on, like I was just like, you look like you were married to Jesus. And she was like, are you pregnant? And I was like, no. Are you sure though? And then she had the hand on my knee.
It's always the, are you sure? And I'm like,
yeah. And then hand on the knee, and she's like,
would you matter of that needs to happen in order for that to be the result?
She literally put like her hands on my knees and was like, you would tell me though, wouldn't you? And I was like, and I looked at her and I just said, listen, I was like, I can guarantee I am not pregnant unless I am the Virgin Mary reborn. And she's like,
maybe you are. Maybe you are.
Well, not anymore. But back then.
It seems like
you
the doctors.
Jesus?
I was referring to the virgin part, but okay.
Oh, right, okay. It's an easy mistake to make. Okay, fair enough.
I swear all the doctors around here think that your partner of any kind must be cheating on you. Because like every time I have a skin condition and it affects parts of my body. And I went to the doctor and I was like, okay, this is awful. And they were like, well, we're going to test you for all these STDs. And I was like, I've had the same partner for like 6 years. And they were like, well, we're going to test you. I'm like, no, it's not. Neither of us ever leaves the house. I do like, I know it's not that. And they're like, well, we're going to do that. And I'm like, okay. They're like,
I'd end up being like, whatever help you sleeps at night. But the fact that you're even insinuating that, I would sue you.
Yeah. Like,
I think the problem is like, when it comes to questions like that, do they get asked a lot, or is it something they have to ask a lot? What's the matter?
My dinner's almost done, so I'll be back.
Okay.
Fabby. We're gonna sprint in a. Well, I had the banner ready to go, and then we got a bit sidetracked.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Right. Let's go. You normally go. I was gonna say you normally work till 5, but you're not even doing work stuff, so it doesn't matter.
No, I decided to take this afternoon off because I've already made loads of money today. So
let's just. I was going to see. This is where our debate is. I was like, oh, I could go till the o'clock, but then I might need a break.
You could always go and then, yeah.
I don't want you to get too invested in your job and then me be like, fuck you, we're back. So we'll do 45.
Beeping.
Oh, it's this. I'm just fiddling.
Oh, I was like, what is happening?
So I got gifted. It's a little music box that's like an Anastasia thing. So when you play it quickly, it does. but I was just fiddling with it.
So I just kept hearing like ding,
Ding.
ding.
It's because I'm a fidget. I shouldn't fiddle with anything that makes noise. I'll go back to my other thing now.
Yes, let us go work. Hello. As Ali says, never really a good moment.
No.
As Georgia says, what do you expect? Filming. Oh, job application. I'd say fun, but like, is it fun? And maybe an exciting job, but it might also be
I kind of just like filling out forms. To be honest, like I don't know why.
Finish chapter of Big Summer. Just got here, doing nothing in class.
What did I
I don't know what
do?
Molly did, but
I don't either.
It probably was adorable.
I just have a funny face, clearly.
and if anyone's wondering, Hannah's computer
Look.
is
like for a real split second, I was like, "Oh my god, my computer's stopped."
Yeah, no, I just was highlighting the fact that Hannah is Archie's getting involved in the today.
He's having a time.
There was one point during that I was gonna ask Emma what you had in your mouth, and then just as I was typing, Emma, what's in your mouth? You went, and I was like, deletes message.
Yeah, I've got ring pop earrings in, so I bought a ring pop.
Cute. Love that.
Oh.
I wasn't reading. I was on Instagram because I got to chapter 14. I'm 100 pages in.
Woo! I want a ring pop now. You're welcome. Oh, I fucking love that.
I hate them because it makes me feel really dumb. Because as soon as the answer comes, I'm like, oh, how didn't I get that? But then at the same time, I'm like, they didn't sound anything alike.
Mm-mm. I'm really annoyed at myself because I'm updating. What am I trying to speak? I'm trying to not update.
What am I trying to speak?
I'm trying to post pictures. Add is the word I wanted. I'm trying to add items to Twice Red Tales, and I'm putting up a trilogy, and I put book 1, book 3, and book 2, and it's annoying me. Oh, how's that?
Love that. Love that enthusiasm. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Only for you.
My computer keeps lagging, so I've got a black screen.
Oh.
There we go.
I love the template games, but I hate how they're like not in an easy place to find, at least for me. You gotta find someone else, do it, and be like, use filter.
Yeah. Right? Like, I just don't understand.
Perfect timing, Sunny.
Hi, Sunny. But yeah, the enthusiasm for Hannah, and then Emma just gets when they reply to my tweet about birthdays. I didn't want yours. Friendship. It isn't dead.
No. Not me casually insulting Ali as well.
Yeah.
Just like, did you not hear me say I was born in June?
Yeah, but I forgot that obviously Gemini is like that far into the next month that it kind of bridges the two. Because I always just imagined that Gemini is kind of like the lot. Yeah, I don't know. Math.
I do forget that too. I seem to think Leos are only born from the 24th of July until the end of July.
Mm.
My brain doesn't think, oh yeah, it carries on.
Yeah.
To the next one.
I mean, Gemini only goes to June 20th, and I'm born on the 16th, so.
My mum's a Gemini. She's the 22nd of May, and my grand's a Gemini, and she's the 20th of June. So she's like just a Gemini.
Love that.
Okay, my computer is seriously lagging, so I'm going to love you and leave you. Wait for my video to sort itself out, and then if you're still streaming later, I will probably be lurking in the comments.
No, I think this will actually be the last sprint anyway, because I think I'm gonna have to sort dinner, and then my cousin was looking at the tickers, and she's like, maybe I can come down tomorrow. And I'm like, shit.
Oh, also, my moon is Gemini, so for all my shit talk of Geminis.
I'm a Leo sun, and no, I'm not. I'm a Libra sun and a Libra moon and a Scorpio rising.
I'm a Leo sun, a Taurus moon, and a Cancer rising. Don't know what any of that means.
Yeah. Janan is like, oh my god, I hate people like, sorry, I can't help it, I'm a Scorpio. Like, no, you're just a bitch. And it's really funny because the Scorpio rising in me is the bitch. So, sorry, Janan.
I'm a Virgo rising. The spreadsheet mistress in me.
I don't actually know like anything about the zodiac. I just know I'm a Gemini, Aquarius.
That's that. Okay, but I'm actually going to go now because I love you very much. But my computer is doing my head in, so I will catch you later.
Love you too. Oh, I have like a big baby. Because she's bald. I said you look like a big baby.
Oh,
because you're bald with the dummy.
Birth chart thing. Hold on, I'll find it. This one. This is a good one. This gives you so much info. Like, it's a little bit in depth. Like, there's so many things, and it's very confusing, but it's very interesting as well. So, I would do it. Yeah, like, there's definitely bits of me where I'm like, oh god, that's so, like, Scorpio of me. But, like, if I'm being a bitch, I'm just like, guys, I'm a bitch. Like, I'm not like, oh, it's because I'm a like, no, it's not. But yeah, I feel like I was productive. I did more. Oh my goodness, go away. My cousin's like, have you looked at this bit yet? Like, you need me to do a whole design. Like, no. And then my saliva's trying to kill me to get out of work. Love that for me. But no, I feel like I got a lot of work done. I've still got so much to do, but like I can't sit here all day, or I will go insane.
I still have 4 minutes of video left to edit, and then I have to make a thumbnail from something because I forgot to take one again.
I never take one. I just hope for the best. Hope for the best. I'm animated enough that there's always some random pose somewhere in the video that I can just go pause, done.
See, I always take one before I even do it. So that I'm not taking it in because I get so anxious when filming. I don't know why. So by the end of it, my heart's like, oh, thank fuck that's over. So I just always take it before.
See, I always try to, and then I just forget and just go right into the video. Like, every time. It's just not a habit that my brain can do. I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah. I hope everyone got some productivity done. That doesn't make sense. I hope you were productive. Got shit done. And now I'm going to go and get more shit done. I'm clearly thrilled.
I'm going to wait for my child to take a nap, and then I'm going to take a nap.
Love that.
I love that for you.
I'm hoping, because if you guys don't know, Ali has a readathon happening at the weekend. And I want to try and finish my current reads before then.
I'm just going to carry that on. Because I think I'm going to have to pace Strange the Dreamer out. So I think what I'm going to do is, and I'm really enjoying the audiobook, so I might find something that's a physical read. And then whenever we sprint, because that seems to be the only time at the moment that I have the motivation to pick up an audiobook. Is when it's like I have to sit here. Do you know what I mean?
I lie in bed and play really stupid games on my phone while an audiobook goes on, or I do my drawing.
No, but that's what I mean. So, like, I feel like I have to do something. Whereas if I'm lying down, I kind of just want to watch something and do nothing.
Yeah.
It's like now I have to be productive and do something.
It's the chaotic reader.
I never go back and put things in the description because
it's you.
It's effort.
See, this is why I always do it before, but then again, I never really do lives last minute like you do.
Like, even the thing is though, even when I have them planned, it's like I know who's going to be there. At the very least, I could just always have you three like set, and then if someone's like, "Oh, I can't do it tonight," just like it doesn't even matter. Like, "Oh, we'll probably talk about you," so your channel's there. This is Ali's channel. That doesn't help, but you can click the link.
I need to send you the thumbnail for the video that I'm working on now. Because I've done that.
I love that. Very excited for that video.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
the thing.
We're talking about different ones. You've seen the thumbnail for this Saturday. This is my vlog for the following week.
Oh yeah, so I have. I mean, I'm excited for all your videos. So like,
oh thanks.
I'm probably gonna upload my haul tonight because I just upload videos as I finish them because I'm terrible.
That's what I'm like. I'm like, I've edited it now. Like I have to edit it like all at once.
No, see, I was like that. I was trying so hard like before Christmas to have a schedule, but then it would be the point where I'd do it and I'd be like, I'm just gonna make it public now.
Yeah.
But now I'm at a point whereas if I backlog, if I get stressed and don't want to upload, I've already got something covered.
Oh, see, I want to do that so bad, but then I have not successfully created a backlog yet.
Now is my vlog for next Saturday.
Ooh.
And Tuesday is just going to be my April TBR.
Oh God, I have to film a TBR Kids soon. Love that for me.
I love that for you.
Ready?
Actually, a rat.
Yeah. Oh. Just, you know.
I'm the baby.
I was going to give you a bit lollipop. A lollipop? No? You thought about it. Can't like do it. No. But yeah. Anyway, Janan's going to class. Sunny's away, put groceries away.
I'm going to lie horizontally on my bed and watch YouTube.
And I'm going to do 10,000 different things. Love that for me. But thank you guys for joining and actually getting me to do some shit for once in my life.
You're so welcome. Like I had anything else to do.
Yeah, same. Like
I was lying horizontally, got your message, sat up, turned my laptop on.
I gave your cardiovascular system some health. I don't fucking know. Don't know how that works.
Health.
Right. We're gonna go. So bye guys. Thanks. See you